there's a rainbow for every cloud. And there's a smile, my friend, for every frown. And when your life has gone to pieces and you think it's the end, my friend,
there is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you can do.
Hurricane winds blow on the same beach that the sun does shine. And out of that old lump of coal, a diamond shines. And when you feel your life is worthless and you don't know where to go, just know
there is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you can do.
I know a teenage girl that made a mistake. And when she told her parents, she thought her mother's heart would break. But in her loneliest, darkest hour, when there seemed no way, she heard a voice say,
"There is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you can do."
We had a childhood friend whose name was Val. And the whole wide world knew we were pals. Then one dark day, in a shadow, he walked away. To him we'd like to say,
"There is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you can do."
we all know the great tragedy that took place May 4th, 1970 in Kent, Ohio. A couple of days after the 4 students were killed, I heard a broadcast that told of 11 campuses in the United States where fires were burning. I was so grieved in my heart that I went down by the river in our hometown and I began to pray and wait on God. And as I waited on the Lord, he spoke to me and he said, "The things that I spoke to you that were coming on the nation several years ago are here. Now despair and gloom are upon the hearts of the people, and you must hold forth hope." The next day I was talking to a college student, and in the course of our conversation he said, "I don't have hope anymore." And I knew surely that the Lord had spoke to me. A few months after this, a nightclub owner in Kent, Ohio, opened its doors to the band to play its music and to give testimonies on Sunday afternoons. While we were there, Tom Miller came into our services. I didn't realize it at the time, but Tom Miller was a member of the famous Kent 25. And a short time before that, his picture had appeared in Life magazine, jumping in a pool of blood and waving a black anarchist flag. Tom said these words to me with his own mouth, "Brother Hill, I must have been insane. I was using drugs at a terrific rate at that time, and sometimes I'd lay on the floor so paralyzed that my friends would have to feed me. You talk about homosexuality, well, I was more than a little strange. But I thank God that through Jesus Christ I have found freedom and peace. And I know the greatest love in the world is the love of God. And I know that the greatest power is in the blood of Jesus Christ. And I want to tell every person in Kent, young and old, or anybody that'll listen to me, of the gospel of Jesus Christ. For I know that through his power we can be saved." A few months ago, Tom was killed en route to a rock festival where he was going to testify. Along with him was killed our bass player, Randy Marco. Randy had been a mainline drug addict. He said sometimes he got so freaked out he walked down the street without his clothes on. He'd spent 4 years behind bars, and authorities said there was no hope for him. But Randy gave his heart to Jesus Christ. And Randy was a changed man. He got married, he had a family, he held down a job, and became a minister of the gospel and was a burning brand for Christ. There is still hope, my friend. There is still hope in Jesus. And all Save Freak Band is making music, that it might be a blessing to your heart, and to say to you, the blood of Jesus Christ cleanses from all sin, and there is power in his resurrection. Just remember,
there is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you can do. There is still hope in Jesus. Let him pick up the pieces of your life and start anew. There's so much good you